I don't know where you put Sean Payton in that. Is he an old school? Is he a Bill Belichick, Bill Parsley? Certainly has taken some of what he's, I'm sure, done as a coach from Bill Parcells and from that experience. But is there a difference in style, approach, old school, new school with Mike Vrabel and Sean Payton?
I would say Sean Payton is obviously cut from the Parcells cloth. He's done a good job because he's been successful in this new school of coaching, where Vrabel, I think, has a little bit of Belichick, he has a little bit of Parcells. I was fortunate to play for both of those guys. And he has a little bit of that old school but new school because he talks to the players. You know, how he wants to know what they're going on, what their day's like. You know, what could we do things differently? I mean, the big thing during the training camp was like how he's taking care of these players physically, right? That's a new school.
Yeah, it's kind of like Diet Bill. Like it's similar, but less harsh. Like I just feel like
you remember there was outrage amongst the diehards because he didn't have him out practicing enough in training camp.
I believe Greg Bedard, who's never been right in his life, said that Gerard Mayo ran a better camp.
Yes. yes.
Great one.
And I don't think I don't know if Sean Payton's doing the same thing, or is he still of the Bill Parcells, we're going to go out there and we're going to, practice hard, but, we're not going to take as much time out of pads and that kind of thing. So, but listen, I'm not going to knock Sean Payton. He's done a good job with the Denver Broncos. I think Vrabel, the authenticity of who he is and the way he coaches, I think part of it is the former player aspect where, maybe he might have been the guy who was saying, I remember the Super Bowl week down in New Orleans and we're banging and wearing full pads and we're still like out there going crazy. He might be the guy that's like, we don't need to do that.
From a player perspective, he understands that. He went through it with Bill.
Right.
And he understands how the players feel about that. So.
And he has the privilege of having sons that are around the age of the guys that he's coaching.
Right. Yeah.
So when you're around 21, 23-year-old boys, what the guys are doing, and you can relate in a way that people whose lives are not in the same position can.
And the relationship is real because the one thing he said is he talks about being authentic, but he also talks about giving them the truth, whether it hurts or whether it's good or bad. That is the one thing that I'll say that I would always say about Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. I have had a lot of coaches in my football career, but especially in the NFL. The one thing I will say about Parcells and Belichick, they give it to you like it is. And as a player, you respect that.